Welcome to the zone with RGB Mike. Anthony's here too, let's ride the hype. Bigfoot's on the run, Area 51's tight. Digging deep for truth, we ain't afraid to fight. Black Earth theories got us spinning wild. JFK secrets hidden in the files. Illuminati whispers, fashion crooked smiles. I won't tune in, sit back and stay a while. Conspiracy chaos, we uncover the lies. Deep state shadows, yeah they can't disguise. We're cracking codes, watch the truth arise. Let the chaos reign, tearing through the skies. CIA plots under moonlight schemes. Hidden agendas ain't as crazy as they seem. Voices in the dark amplifying dreams. Conspiracy chaos, nothing's what it seems. Follow the breadcrumbs, follow the light. In the rabbit hole with us, pitch black night. RGB and Mike, guided by our might. Anthony with wisdom, out of sight. Conspiracy chaos, we uncover the lies. Deep state shadows, yeah they can't disguise. We're cracking codes, watch the truth arise. Let the chaos reign, tearing through the skies.
And welcome back to another episode of Conspiracy Chaos. My name is RGB. Joining me here tonight, my co-host Florida Mike. What's happening, Florida Mike?
What's going on?
My man's he's all fogged up down there. As our producer, Area 51, Anthony was just showing us some videos before we started recording. Some crazy shit going on down there, huh, Mike?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just a conspiracy, but Fox News is talking about how this fog is, what do they call it? Fog vid, and they talking about killing people, making them sick. I mean,
dude, I've been sick since I got back from Florida, pretty much. Just kind of starting to feel better, but I'm not 100% quite yet. My mother, same thing. She's still sick. My daughter still got a cough going. The three of the five of us caught it. So, I mean, it was relatively right after every foggy morning. About 10 o'clock, it would clear up. 10:30, it would start to clear up. But, we're out there every day on vacation trying to make the most of all the time we had down there. So we were out there in the morning, whatever. And I definitely think we caught some. I don't know if it's from that fog. I don't know if it's from being trapped in a tube with people. Could be a bunch of different things, but.
Well, they tested the fog, and they have found they've found two different bacterias inside the fog. And it's crazy, like, and if they don't get you there in the morning, like Anthony knows, I would talk to him and stuff, and he knows. I would tell him, like, listen, I didn't go practice in the morning because of the fog.
That's crazy.
Right? So then you miss out on the morning fog, then they were hitting you with the evening fog.
Right. And it's like one thing, all right, if it's hot out and you get the rain and then you get some fog, that's one thing. That's natural, like that's what happens. But like there was no reason to be fogged up, like literally. There's no reason for it, man. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, the ground's cold, the ground's cold. The ground's not cold.
Nah.
Like we had 2 weeks of winter. We had 3 days where it was like freezing. That was it. And then that week you were here, we were in the 80s.
Yeah, 75, 80 the whole time I was here.
Yeah.
Something's going on.
It's crazy. The funny thing to me, though, is that they're using TikTok videos on Fox News. Yeah. So that's fucking great.
But the mere fact that they're even putting it on the news, and what's crazy is, right, like, so, I've asked multiple people, and no one who watches Fox News down here saw that.
Mm-hmm.
But they were showing it up there where you guys are.
Yep.
Right. So it's like you're like keeping the information away from the people. Like, and you were here and you experienced, and I show Anthony pictures. Like, Florida is probably like one of the most bioweapon attack states there is. I mean, we are constantly getting hammered with spray. Like, I showed Anthony pictures, starting 3 days ago. I showed him pictures of the sky, and then the next day I showed him pictures of the sky, and then yesterday I said, here's the reason why we're about to get rain is from those 2 days of spray. And then I showed him a picture, and it was like pitch black, and it was 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Do you notice
rolling in?
Do you notice do you get rain after you see the trails cross?
Oh yeah, we get it. Oh yeah, and it's not, and it won't even be on the weather, like on the radar.
So when we play golf up here, I always tell the guys like, "Oh man, like 2 days it's gonna rain." They're like, "What are you talking about, dude?" Well, once you start to see those chemtrails making X's in the sky, it's generating whatever in the air, and it's gonna rain. And
No
sure as
shit.
shit,
Yeah.
every 2 to 3 days after you see those dude, ask Hank. Hank thought I was nuts, dude, and I called it out like 4 or 5 different times this year, and like now I don't think he thinks I'm as crazy as I sounded in the beginning.
Well, here,
X
check
marks
this
the
out.
spot.
Listen to this. Speaking of, this is pretty interesting. Oh, I gotta turn the volume up. Right there. Well, here we go.
Trails.
The thing with the chemtrails is it's hard for people to digest this because people think that there's no fucking way the government would ever do something like
Give
this.
it to us.
but
End with a bang.
They can manipulate the weather. Chemtrails are one of the main things that can do it. And there's patents on it,
Under the public facing side of it, they say it's to increase rainfall.
but it's chemical rain. So if
Yeah,
you
that's
test
all.
the snow, it's all fucked up. The snow is toxic. I kept water because there were giant balls of hail coming down during the big rainstorms here. And I was like, this isn't normal. This is some weird shit. This is generated. And I kept it and it grew crazy shit on it.
Like what did it
And
look
it didn't
like?
taste normal.
You ate it?
Yeah, I wanted to know.
She wanted to
Because that's
see.
our shit. That's what we're fucking dealing with here.
Wow.
You know, that goes
What,
right
you
into
are
your
a
food.
true patriot for eating that.
I mean, so you said, what have I been doing for the last year? I guess I've just been eating the fucking yellow snow, man.
Yeah. Wow.
You know.
Keep it up. We're proud of you. What are the
Dre don't give a shit.
No.
So
Man,
that was
she's great.
that's, for the listeners, that was Adriana from Sopranos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's her Dre D Meadow or something like that?
And she's in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, she's
Yeah,
awesome. She was on she's been on Joey Diaz podcast a few times. She's really, really good on there.
It's
But,
it's sick, man. And like
it's
Anthony
crazy.
could literally, and when you say X marks the spot, like just to make another confirmation, is if
Yeah.
Anthony looks at our text messages from a couple days ago, and then he'll see a picture and there's multiple lines, and then one that goes right through them.
Yeah.
That was 2 days ago, and then yesterday it rained. Like it, you know, and the pictures coincide with exactly what you say,
Yeah.
and it's
Yep.
just it's hilarious that people continue to deny what they're doing, even though people are putting it out there. And I
It's
hate to
not-
say that, and I
right.
really hate politics, but like, if the Democrats don't put out that they're killing us by spraying the skies, and Democrats won't believe it. It don't matter if you put it on TV, smack them in the face, you know, whatever. They're not going to believe it, and it's
They
crazy.
believe what they want, right? Like so.
meh.
Yeah, I don't want to get too political, but I was just gonna say
Yeah.
they just had I just seen this article of or a video of some protest. I don't know where they were. They were dragging a fake Trump doll across, like he was getting with a noose around his neck. Now, if Kamala won and Trump people did that, they'd be, you know what I'm saying? Like the
Oh,
way
yeah.
it'd be looked at is, it's just so fucked up. It's so
It
fucked
is.
up.
It
But
is, man.
so tonight, man, I want to get into a little bit of the occult, the Illuminati, the dark arts of what really goes on, and how like there's so much Hollywood symbolism that it's crazy. Anth, I'm gonna probably ask you to pull up a lot of shit tonight. But it's crazy how much is put right in our face and we don't realize it until you realize it. And then when you do realize it, it's like, holy shit, they've been spewing this in our face forever. So it's pretty crazy. So with the occult, man, it all started. It's like it kind of gets in the esoteric, into the astrology a little bit on some shit. Let's see here. I just had it pulled up and my computer bugged out on me. But it all comes back to what they worship. And I mean, it's right on your dollar bill. You see it. You see the triangle. You see the Illuminati. I don't want to ever do it, but you see the Illuminati. I must put my hands up. You see the Illuminati, the Illuminati symbol. The occult is the term for like supernatural beliefs and practices that are often outside of organized religion and science. The word comes from the Latin term hidden or secret. So it gets into that kind of thing. It started way back in, what was it, the 1700s.
Yeah.
Way back in the 1700s. a category of esoteric or supernatural beliefs and practices which generally fall outside the scope of organized religion and science. The hidden secret or agency such as magic and mysticism. It can also refer to paranormal ideas such as extrasensory perception and parapsychology. So it even like gets into science. And if you go back into the old school shit, you get like they used to use the stars. They used to use astrology for everything. And like that still gets into it with like Scientology. You know, the dude who, what was it, LaVey, who ran Scientology.
Mhm.
I really never understood Scientology. Is that affiliated with all this stuff?
In a way, dude.
In a
Or
way.
L. Ron Hubbard. L. Ron Hubbard was the dude who ran Scientology.
Yeah.
And he kind of followed into like the occult rituals with the Satan worship and all that shit too. There's the one who's Antoine LaVey.
LaVey.
Pull him up, man.
Okay.
And while you're talking about when we're talking about the occult too, and going back to the 1700s, kind of gonna throw like a little wow in there. So everybody's probably pretty familiar with it, the Templar Knights,
Knights Templar, hell yeah.
and they're a part of that occult, right? And they worshipped Satan or a satanic symbol of sorts. So the
Also
person
Freemasons as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What's crazy about the Templar Knights and the occult is that everybody on Sunday, Wednesday, Tuesday grabs a Bible and it's written by King James. King James was a Templar Knight who wrote the Bible of Jesus Christ, all while worshiping Satan. So they say that some of the Bible is rituals for the dark side, which is kind of crazy,
So Mikey, this is crazy how this ties in right now, but the Knights Templar are believed to have first used the skull and crossbones symbol in the Middle Ages. The symbol has multiple meanings, including a reminder of mortality, a religious reference, and a nautical symbol. Not only that, though, dude, like with the whole skull and bones, like they have the Knights Templars to be the first to use it, and then that becomes the symbol of the skull and bones that started at Yale back in the day as well. There's so many people who have big political, placements in this country that have been members of the skull. George Bush, he's been asked about it a couple of times. There's a video of that.
Well, they're actually there's belief that they're actually the ones who like started the skull and bones at Yale. I'm pretty sure.
Was it George Bush and Clinton?
Because I'm pretty sure if you follow the bloodline of the Bushes, they are Templar Knights.
Dude, their bloodline is crazy.
Yeah.
Roger, what was
the Clintons and the Obamas are all related.
Can you spell out that LaVey, the name?
I think it's Levay. Antoine.
Yep.
Yeah. Anton,
yeah, Anton.
Anton LaVey and his wife.
Yeah, tell me what his wife looks like. Who his wife looks like.
Right.
You know what I'm pulling up, don't you, Mike?
Oh yeah.
Well, so, I got Anton.
But yeah, so I mean, the Templar Knights, they were like the dirty work boys.
Oh yeah.
They're the ones that went out to villages and ran, and destroyed them and put fear into people, dressed up. They got different masks for their ritual, and
they allegedly fled with the Holy Grail too.
Yeah.
That's a big theory that like that whole Oak Island show is based off kind of that. The Knights Templars, ran off with the Holy Grail and buried it there.
And they're weren't the Knights Templar part of Jerusalem too, aren't they? I'm pretty sure that's where they're. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this guy.
Wow.
Yeah, he was the Satanist dude, right? The satanic shit. Yeah, there's a picture. See if you can find just a picture of his wife, dude.
It's not his wife?
No.
Yeah. There's the one. Is that her right there?
Right there. Right there. Go back.
Go back.
Oh,
bottom left.
Yeah.
Who's that?
It's Taylor Swift.
Who's that, buddy?
Whoa.
Who's that, buddy?
No way. That's Taylor Swift.
It looks like Roseanne in the front too.
Yeah, it does.
No,
This is
Ant,
crazy.
what's up, man? Welcome to Conspiracies, buddy.
So this guy's a Satanist.
Yeah,
Oh, big time.
He's the big time. So he's the one who kind of brings it all into the Hollywood aspect of shit. But look at that. That don't like, bro.
This guy's creepy as fuck.
That girl looks just like what is her name? I forget her name, her first name. But yeah, dude,
That's
pretty
wild.
And there's a better picture, bro. That will just put in there. You go, right there, Xena.
Zena LeVay. Doesn't that
Wow.
not look like Taylor Swift?
Bro, look at the lips. Like, come on, bro.
And Taylor Swift is a witch too. So
That witchcraft shit. She hangs
I
out
just
with
literally-
Ice Spice. So type in Taylor Swift Ice Spice Super Bowl.
yeah, Taylor Swift, Ice Spice. What's the other one? She hangs out with
Blake Lively was there.
Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande.
Yeah, Blake Lively's completely out of the picture now, though. So you heard what's going on with that, right?
Yeah, she's all donezo. But yeah, dude, it's crazy because she's at the Super Bowl and she's with Ice Spice and she has the upside down cross, and then she's also throwing up Bathman singles or the devil horns and shit.
Yeah. No, I know the exact picture you're talking about. It's
And
actually,
there's so much shit. There's so much shit that like you don't know it's there until you know it's there. Like if you Rihanna's halftime show a couple years ago, that was dark as hell. You know what I mean? There's so much shit to that. Shout out Isaac Weissip did an awesome podcast on that one. That was crazy. Look at
so
that.
there's her with the upside down cross.
Yep.
But doing I know the exact. I could find the video and clip it to what we're talking about because I actually have it on my phone.
Yep.
Where she's doing the symbol with her hands.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy because she's throwing at the way her fingers go and does the horns and all that shit. It's just
She knows what she's doing.
They're putting it out there. They put it in your face, man. They do. So, like the whole Skull and Bones really that started at Yale and like you guys said, the Bushes and shit. Led to kind of like the Illuminati, what we call now the Illuminati, the powers behind the powers. Like, but that's the thing. Like, there could be the 13 families of the Illuminati and all that shit, but there's still families that run those families. There's always a top dog.
There's one. I can't wait for that episode, but that's that one top dog that runs
That
them
one
all.
top dog, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say when you're like Yale, Harvard? I mean, obviously, if you get into those schools, you're pretty smart to begin with. So, does just anybody get into this Skull and Bones, or do you really? I mean, you really got to have a name for yourself, I think, to just jump in this thing.
It's power. You got to have power. You got to have that money and that power, and then, or they get in this kind of with the Diddy situation with the whole blackmail. They probably blackmail people in a certain way to, God knows what. So then they own you at that point. Like, 'cause there's a lot of people that probably get to where they are for a certain reason, but then they do something and then they're caught up. And like back in the day, it was, a lot of guys cheating on their wives. We got tape of this, or, they're hidden homosexuality or whatever was a big thing back in the day because that wasn't accepted. All those secrets were being hidden. So, shit like that, people wouldn't sacrifice their families and stuff for, being exposed.
And then
so they
like
own you. They own them.
Exactly. I was gonna say that. Also, and then if like you look at the flip side, right? So that those are like your bottom dwellers, your middle class, like the guys that have to do that. Somebody who's nothing that wants to be something, right? But then you look at the other side. So now you're the rich and the powerful. You're the politician family. You're the whatever, and you're automatically that is your future. If they're in that club, you are in that club. And they're very, very, very going back to the top dog. They are very firm believers in never tainting the bloodline.
Right.
So they sleep with each other, make babies, keep them in the family, keep the bloodline strong to make sure that is never broken and you are powerful because the bloodline is everything.
Dude, it's crazy. You can go back with the president. Some girl did it. Some like high school or girl, like 10th grader, went all the way back in the bloodlines and like from I think it was like Lincoln all the way up to Obama. besides Trump, they're all been somewhere affiliated in the bloodline through cousins or
Mhm.
whatever. All these same people. It's exactly what you're saying, dude.
Ellen
Exactly what you're
DeGeneres,
saying.
Ellen DeGeneres, Illuminati member, Skull
yeah.
and Bones member. She has a bloodline Templar Knight.
Yep.
Really?
And then the Templar Knight runs, I believe it's the Rothschild bloodline, I believe.
All right.
And so I mean they're all tied together.
And her set was the same set. Like her backdrop of her set was Epstein Island.
Really?
Yes, it was. Yeah, the laboratory on Epstein Island on the
Stop it.
southeast end does the
We're
same
gonna run
exact thing that's on her background.
What do you got there, Ant?
I just got the 13 families here: the Bundy family, the Astor family, Collins family, DuPont family, Kennedy family, Freeman family, Kennedy family,
Yeah.
the Lee family. Keeps
The
popping up.
Oster Crowley. No, that's not him. Jacob Astor.
Wasn't he the wasn't
he was on the Titanic.
Yes,
He died on the Titanic.
that's what I thought.
Oh, JFK.
And then down here,
JFK was killed because he wanted to stop the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, and what do you think they're going
Reynolds
to try to do to
family,
Trump and them when they try to put a stop to taxes and the Federal Reserve and everything else? What do you think is going to happen?
Rockefellers. Obviously,
these are the two.
there.
These are the two big ones: the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds.
Those are the ones you know about.
That's the ones you know about. There's the King Dog. The King Dog's not even on that list.
No, they're not going to be. They're not going to be. There's a couple more with the King Dog. You know, like with the Vanderbilts and shit like that you can talk about.
But those guys, they don't even register their families.
No. It's like when you see like the richest people in the world list, the people that are actually the richest people in the world aren't on that fucking list.
Nope.
You know, it's inevitable. But it's kind of crazy too, like what you see, like how deep these people go. Like these rich and powerful people you see on TV all the time, from your celebrities to politicians to whatever, what they do with some of these things. Like, Amp, can you pull up Bohemian Grove?
Mm-hmm.
So they go out there. This is in the Redwoods out in California, and they do satanic ritual type shit. They sacrifice shit in front of an owl, and some of the shit they sacrifice is pretty dark. That's where the adrenochrome thing comes. That's where there's been people that have snuck in. Alex Jones snuck into Bohemian Grove back in the day.
Yep, I remember that video.
And recently, some kid on YouTube has done it.
No way. This is wild, dude.
And it gets to the and you know nothing about this?
Oh my god, this looks creepy as hell. Tell me what's going on here.
All right, so that's the owl. That's the owl they sacrifice. So if you also look, and we can do it in a second. We'll have you pull up the state of California. The state of California is actually shaped as an owl. They sacrifice to the owl. I forget what the. Let me see if I can pull it up.
What's this guy doing?
Oh, that's Ryan Garcia.
That's Ryan Garcia. He was the one who was calling. He was like exposing that shit.
Yeah, he went there and then freaked out, and then they made everybody think he lost his mind.
Yeah, I don't know about him. I'm questionable about Garcia.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, these are real deal cults, huh?
Oh, yeah.
This is the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Now go back.
So
go back.
It's the mascot of the club.
Right
dude.
there. Stop. Go back. One more.
This one more?
No, the next one. No, the one that's in a circle.
Yeah,
right there. Now stop right there. So do you know what that symbol is right there? Ant? Look at the chairs. See how the chairs are spiraling into a small circle? You know what that is? That's the symbolism for pedophilia.
Yep. FBI. You can pull it up. It's on the FBI's page. Wild shit, bro. Wild shit.
That is sick.
So the owl's the mascot of the Bohemian Grove, a private club in California. The owl symbolizes wisdom and is featured in the club's ceremonies and artwork.
That's crazy, dude. I'm gonna go look up.
They do plays and musicals in front of it. It's a 30-foot owl.
Oh yeah, there's some live videos where you see them sitting there dancing while they're doing the ritual, and you can't tell what they're stabbing. You know, as they're doing the top of the ritual, and they jam a knife in something.
Right. It's not good. Think about the worst case scenario, basically.
Yeah, it's not good. And it's, they usually, I think they go to those things right before a pandemic happens or something like catastrophic World War II, things like that.
Roger,
that end up.
are these any of the rituals that Mel Cal was talking about at the beginning of
Yeah.
314? Like
Yeah.
this, where she
Yes. All ties in, pal.
Huh?
That's why she wouldn't have been invited, because she wouldn't have let it go down. Yeah.
No, that's some crazy shit, dude. That's really sad. It's really sick and sad, man.
I think it's what's crazy too, man, is just like the correlation to so much shit, like I was saying earlier, that you see into Hollywood, dude. It's like the movies, the actors, like so many people are bought into this cult, basically. It's what it is. It really is basically what it is. From, let's see, the Bohemian Grove was founded in 1872 by artists and journalists. It's been visited by many important businessmen and politicians, including 4 presidents. 4 presidents.
I wonder which one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring this up. Should I bring this up? Celebrities that are allegedly in the Illuminati. Should I bring this up? Will this be an
there's
interesting
probably a lot.
Let's bring it up.
And then I'm gonna have you pull up something different too.
And and we were talking before too, like this when it ties like the Illuminati, occult, everything ties into Hollywood. I mean, that's the biggest way they get their message out, because they believe in rituals, they believe in subliminal messages, they believe in spells.
Boom, boom.
Katy
Perry. So all right, just
is that right Rihanna?
Here. No, it's Katy Perry and Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen. All right, so think about it like this.
She on that list.
Katy Perry, we've seen her twitch out multiple times, where her eye gets caught up, like she looks like robotic basically. And then you got Chrissy Teigen, who was whatever the agenda is, she's pushing all day. Rihanna, unfortunately, she's always throwing up the occult symbolism, being part of Rockefeller and everything else. Like right there, Jay-Z, Rockefeller Records.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Throwing up a diamond, throwing up the Illuminati symbol.
Beyonce. You guys seeing this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah. Serena Williams.
Yep.
Apparently, phenomenal talent must mean that you sold your soul to the Illuminati for world domination. Serena Williams has been accused of being in the Illuminati due to her record-breaking talent.
Okay, it's not even that, just that. So each one of these people, like
That's
Kanye,
crazy. Prince,
they lose somebody. They sacrifice something. Someone close to them goes. Kanye lost his mom. Serena Williams lost her cousin to a Crip gang member, and she's up there Crip walking on stage at the Super Bowl. Like all these people, there's a sacrifice somewhere along the way. Always is.
Sacrifice. Always.
Always.
If you're not willing to sacrifice a loved one, then you have to sacrifice yourself. Meaning, whenever they tell you it's time to go, it's time to go.
That's why you start to see the people like Nicolas Cage on the screen now. They don't need him anymore. There's nothing. He's not going to push any agendas for him or anything anymore.
That dude from Friends. That guy from France who like supposedly like killed himself in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Chandler.
Yeah, because if you look like you do a deep dive into the Illuminati in Hollywood, like all the Friends cast members, they used to do like satanic rituals before every episode.
And look how much she looks like that lady. Go back to T Swift.
Taylor Swift. No, I know.
Look at that. Isn't that wild?
I'll do a little side by side later, and I'll clip it. I'll do a little side by side.
Crazy.
So it's crazy if you've watched Taylor, like if you look up Taylor Swift's recent concerts, they have satanic rituals in them.
Oh yeah,
like where she's dressed up as a witch and the fire's burning behind her and stuff.
Who's this?
That's all you, Ant.
Ugh, is that a dude?
That's a trans man.
Oh my god, Selena Gomez. We saw that one.
You seen her go into meltdown the other day with the migraine thing.
She's a Disney kid, man. She was groomed to be one.
Look at every single one of these people, though.
Lindsay Lohan,
another Disney kid.
Think about when the pandemic started. Every single one of these people was, go get the jab, all over your social media, dude.
Oh my god, this is a
cool page. If you look at them, a lot of these are Disney kids. These are kids that are groomed.
It's a lot of females.
They're kids that are cloned. and groomed or just real and groomed. But no matter
Mike,
you
what do
see
you
them
got
all, they're all
on?
different.
What do you got on clones? What are your thoughts on clones?
Oh, 100%, 100%. It's possible. 100.
It's 100% possible.
There's the
I
one.
think.
There's the one I was looking for. Look who that. Who do we got there?
Oh yeah,
Oh, the
that's the
bum.
boule.
Yeah, the boule.
Along with flashing the Illuminati hand symbols from time to time, conspiracy theorists claim that LeBron James is part of the Illuminati and is the one who killed Kobe Bryant. This is highly inappropriate claim came from theorists who say the Illuminati wanted Bryant dead, so they sent James. That's a pretty wild theory.
You guys want to do a Kobe episode about
We definitely
COVID?
should.
I can tie COVID and Kobe into it's nuts how it all lines up.
Yeah, well, 2 days before Kobe dies, they come out with a toy where Kobe Bryant's a helicopter.
Not only that, Kobe was being sued by 3 pharmaceutical companies because
Yeah.
they were using the name Black Mamba to promote a drug that had opioids in it, and he didn't want that to be affiliated with him. So, they were going to court 3 days before the plane crash.
She's one evil woman right there.
Yeah, Tom Hanks. Like,
He got
all these people.
He got citizenship in Greece because they don't extradite pedophiles.
Now, and pull up celebrities, occult symbols, and watch how many of them. So a lot of it too. If the black eye, they always have a black eye. They're covering the one eye. They're doing all this.
It's always
crazy
the right
shit.
eye. It's always the right eye that's bruised.
They're covering their eye, so they're showing that's the one eye. That's the all-seeing eye. That's the triangle you're seeing. That's when you see the triangle with the eyeball in the middle. Like our logo, the all-seeing eye.
Your third eye.
The third eye. That's your all-seeing eye.
You can see all this page, right?
Yeah.
Let me go back to it.
All right, go to the second picture. The second picture.
One. All right. This one?
Yeah. Yep. Pop that open.
It's not opening. You're not seeing it on your.
Yeah, but I just see if you can make it bigger.
Hold on a minute. Hang tight.
So in that picture, you're gonna see him throw up the like a 3 basically, but it's not a 3. When you see people doing a 3, it's a 666. It's just it's sick when they're holding it up, or like when
it almost looks like an okay. Remember when they used to do the okay sign or the look in the hole sign? Remember?
Oh, gotcha. Boom, and you smack them. Yeah, yeah. So like, dude, I remember when I used to play football and quarterback, I always had like hand signs, and I always made sure I wasn't doing no fucking. I was crazy about it. Yeah. Like my 2 was a 2. Like it wasn't like Longhorns. So boom, there's your one eye. There's your all-seeing eye. He flipped on them, bro. He exposes them on Jimmy Kimmel, and he exposes
that's what that picture's from right there.
Yeah,
I wonder what they got on Jimmy Kimmel, bro.
Yeah, you see Jimmy Kimmel trying to shut him up. What is this? Is this him wearing like a ring of some sort?
Freemason.
Freemason. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
That's a Mason symbol, but I don't know what the New Orleans fucking thing. It might be a degree. It might be a degree of Mason.
Yes, it is.
Oh, go back. You can go back a couple.
Lady Gaga.
Go back. All right. See everybody shushing.
Yeah.
They don't talk about it. It's a secret. Yep. They don't talk about it.
Like when Kevin Hart was talking with Kelly Clarkson, and she was like, "Yeah, people try to offer me millions and millions." And he keeps putting his finger to his mouth, and she's like, "What? They're listening?" And he's like, "Yes. Be quiet.
Yep.
Don't talk about that."
Look at all this, like, Ant. You don't realize that those are on the covers of the magazines and like in magazines and shit.
Yeah, and this goes deep too. Like this goes far back as
right there. Boom. Yeah. 666.
Illuminati. The Illuminati killed Kurt Cobain. Had Brittany Murphy do it.
Oh yeah. But Ant, look at this right here. You would just think she's throwing up the cool sign, you know?
That's Beyonce throwing up.
Amy Winehouse didn't thank Beyonce for her Grammy, and she died.
So there's 2. There's Beyonce doing the Illuminati sign, and then the 666. Wow, she's really deep, huh? And
then she's one of the queen bees.
Jay-Z, one eye peeking through. Look at that, one eye through the 6s, holding his hand over one eye. Here you go.
This is crazy. There's Katy Perry.
Miley Cyrus. There's numerous pictures of her doing the symbols.
So it's basically the triangle and the eye and the one eye.
Yeah, because it gives you the all-seeing eye. But you can also, if you can see that right in that one, there's the Freemason symbol, the compass, and the
Yeah, the compass behind it, and how many? It's actually 13 months in a year.
boom. All of these people taking pictures with the three, but the hand over the eye, the 6 over the eye, Beaver. You got
Leo, the
Johnny,
Drake.
Johnny
Johnny Depp.
Depp, fucking Jonah Hill. Come on, man.
Dude.
Hollywood exposing it. So
And then in Hollywood,
yeah.
and since we're talking about Hollywood stuff, like Hollywood comes from the word Hollywood tree, holly tree, which
Yep.
back in the day, witches and dark magic users would use the branches of the holly tree to put people under spells. And that's why you get Hollywood or tell a vision,
Mm-hmm.
paid programming, you know, like all
Yeah.
these things, all that ties in subliminal messages.
It's so many subliminal messages. Like, so here's another one's going to blow your mind. Pull up the FBI's pedophilia symbols.
All right.
You go right on the FBI page.
FBI pedophilia symbols.
Yep.
All right.
And when you see some of these symbols, and then when you watch TV with your children, you're going to fucking throw up.
Stop it.
Yeah. I mean,
Bro,
Roger was at Disney World and
I
saw
took the picture.
adrenochrome code.
I got to start this over again because it screws up when I do that. But give me a second.
So yeah, that A1301 or something. I don't know.
The
Was it
A113?
adrenochrome? Yeah, adrenochrome number or whatever, dude. I seen it on. We talked about it obviously, and then I seen it on the wall at Monsters Inc. And then we're watching Lilo and Stitch, and the car that pulls up the alien guys trying to get Stitch. That's their license plate number. And
That's
I'm
crazy.
Like, yeah, what the fuck?
It's in Cars. It's in a Toy Story. It's in there's a couple other movies, but yeah, dude. And then you saw it actually live in person.
Yep. So, Ant, look at those symbols. What's that top one remind you of?
Top
Remember
right.
the top left. Remember AOL?
Oh my God, yeah.
All right,
And
well,
in the bottom right, that's your charity. That's your charity. What was the charity?
the MVP Health or whatever
Yeah.
charity. And
Yeah.
then you got up there that looks like the Google logo from back in the day, the pedophilia is at the top
Is
right.
that also the one that Mike was pointing out before too?
Yep.
That like squiggly.
Yep.
Earlier. That
The chairs.
and then the butterfly was the Microsoft thing.
Yep.
They do all look very similar.
So keep scrolling through it. And then when you go to the circle one, you ever watch Moana with the kids?
Yeah.
The Heart of Tafiti. What's that look like?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Right there.
Fucking nuts, dude. This shit is wild, dude.
Ugh.
It's
Makes
sick.
me
Like, this is the FBI. Like, you can go on the FBI's fucking page, and that's what you're getting, dude. Like,
Yeah,
that's
it's
like,
weird shit. I gotta get that. Yeah.
Nobody would ever do that. Hollywood would never do that.
It really freaks me out that that code was really in Disney when you sent that picture. That
I took that picture. It
I
is
know
on
you
my phone personally. I took it and said, like, I didn't pull that off the internet. I took that. Once we talked about it a couple days prior, and
Yes,
then
we
I
did.
seen it. I was like, dude, this is bad.
And since we're talking, let's talk about it. Like, since it's tied into the occult, they've been using it for hundreds and probably thousands of years.
Oh, yeah.
The families have definitely been using it. They've been open to saying that they have used it. But people probably don't know what adrenochrome is. Do you know what it is, Ant?
baby blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially. So it's like it's going to get kind of graphic, but so essentially, adrenochrome is so there's fluid around your brain, right? And then you also have your blood. When those two mix, it makes like, I don't know, the fountain of youth, I guess you want to call it. It just makes you younger. It keeps you from aging. They say at a certain age you start to go backwards once taking it. It's a drug, essentially. Costs $1 million for a vial or whatever. So what they do is, and they found this on Epstein's Island also. So they essentially take a child, and they have to be under 12. I think it might be younger than that, but they take this child and they tip them upside down. And they let the blood flow down to the head. Then they cut it off. And then You can imagine that what they do after that.
Wow.
And they like the more fear they have, and there's like a fear thing too.
Yeah, it brings their
raises
adrenaline up.
Yeah, but then that comes into Monsters Inc. What's Monsters Inc.?
Yeah.
The more they scare the kids, they get.
Oh
They get
shit!
what? And they get power.
And they get power.
Yeah, that's really sick, man.
Fucked up, man. Like,
Is
man,
that why? Oh wait, I have a question. Does this tie into this at all, or is this just something else that's totally fucked up? Do you remember when Planned Parenthood was selling unborn, like, dead baby parts? Do you remember that came out, that Planned Parenthood was? I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but they were selling like their umbilical cords and stem cells, basically.
Oh, probably, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, this really did happen.
Well, you know who started Planned Parenthood was Bill Gates' father, and
Yep.
we see what Bill Gates is trying to do with depopulation too. So.
Yeah. And they also have, and what's crazy, I mean, it's sickening, but like there's still over 1,000 kids missing from Lanai Island. Lanai Island.
Yep.
Still haven't found any.
Where are they?
Where are they? On an island that they can get them off there quick. And
I wonder if they checked Oprah's ranch. You know, Oprah's ranch could have held that many kids. But anyway, that's here near here.
That's a whole different podcast.
That's a whole different. But
I really hope Cash is supposedly supposed to expose. We just saw it. You just shared it with me the other day. The Epstein list, like, instantly. So
all of it. He's going to do all of it. He's already got it. They've already did the executive orders.
Yep.
They, as far from what I heard, March.
Yeah, we're due for the JFK. We're due for RFK. We're due for all of it, dude.
And it's all going to come out. It might come. I've heard March. I haven't heard a date. I've heard the month of March. Now, if I mean, I would imagine that they're going to be pretty smart about this. So I would imagine that it might come out sooner. They're just making them say March, so people don't start jumping ship. Right? You want to try to get as many as you possibly can, because it's going to be like you're turning the light on a pile of cockroaches.
What's going to have to happen, boys, is we're going to have to get those files. We're going to all have to take one of them and go through it like sons of bitches and be like, all right, we got to go live. You ready?
Yeah, right. Because they're going to be scrubbed so fast. Yeah, I mean,
screenshot after screenshot.
I think, just do that. I think it's gonna. I don't know. I think it is gonna come out. I think we're in a new world. I think a lot
they're at war.
It's already been getting exposed. A lot of shit.
And I think the more people realize like what these people were doing, like we didn't really get into Ulster Crowley and how dark he gets, which is, I can do a whole episode on that guy. But like the more exposure now that people know what it is, when you see someone throwing up that symbol or having their one eye, covering an eye, or throwing up the 666, making it thinking they're putting up a 3 or cool or whatever the symbol may be. It's not that. And the certain people that you see doing this are the people who are trying to put the biggest impression on you, have the most power over somebody. Why does everybody thank Beyonce? You just seen what symbols Beyonce's throwing up. Why is everybody thanking her every time they win an award?
Exactly.
People don't even know her, and they're like, "Oh, I just want to thank Beyonce. She paved the way."
Well, like Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse. She didn't thank Beyonce. 2 weeks later, she was dead.
Yeah, part of the 27 Club.
Yeah.
Her and Kurt Cobain were both in the 27 Club.
Yes, they were.
That's another thing.
So was Paul Walker, wasn't he?
I think
he died. He died because he was about to release a bunch of shit about the Clintons and stuff, and about their foundation and everything.
Yeah,
they child trafficking
with in Haiti.
Yep,
that's a whole fucking thing too, bro. There's so much. Like, just look at it. We talk about one thing and we can spin off, a crazy story about it, and half the time the shit is fucking true. More than half the time. Like,
and it's all tied together.
Now it's more than half the time. Like, now it's like when I say shit, I can tell you to pull up the symbols from the FBI list, like you just did. And all of a sudden, we're looking at the AOL symbol, we're looking at the Google symbol, we're looking at the Microsoft symbol, just hidden in a hidden way. You know what I'm saying? They're just hiding it from us, but it's right there. It is right there. You just got to see it.
And what's the point? What is the end game for all of this and all these people? Really, at the end, what is the end game? They want to go down. Like, are they selling? So the story is they sold their soul for a better life now, for basically a shitty life eternally. Mm-hmm. Is that what it is?
Well, you don't get a life. You don't get a life internally. If your body is just your capsule, your soul. Like, I'm an energy guy. I'm not a church guy. I'm an energy guy. I do believe that there's a higher power and energy. So once you lose your soul, you are just stuck in an ever going circle of just being stuck in this world, this realm.
Yeah.
And as long as they're here,
You
man,
need
they
your
just want
soul
the
to leave.
power.
Yep. You're recycled once that happens, you're recycled. They can do whatever they want to you. If they're tired of you, they can clone you and kill you and then use your clone,
Yeah.
right, to do the job. They have you forever. And it's not good people.
Hell no.
You know, I've always been a firm believer that we live in hell. What we do here is where we go next. If it's anything like of what I've seen.
Purgatory. Like we're
Yeah.
in purgatory right now. This
Yeah.
is the purgatory to figure out where we're gonna go from here.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, anybody and everybody can agree, and especially, you know, us conspiracy theorists, there's way more bad than good.
Yeah.
You know, and that there's so much bad that it's hard to find who is good.
It's
You know what I mean?
And then when you think you see something that's good, it takes you a second to really build that trust with that person to be like,
Yeah.
okay, this guy actually might be doing something, like with RFK doing all the shit with the food, taking the red dye 40 and all the other shit out of there. Like, all right, it sounds good. Like, are you doing it though? Like, are we really gonna do it? Like, can I trust you to get this shit done? Like, we need this shit done. It's causing cancer. The kids, it's in all the kids' candy and food and cereal and everything else. There's not much things you can give a child nowadays that doesn't have it in it.
Exactly. The most poisonous is the brightest food.
Right. Stay away from the
all
middle of
kids
the
stuff.
grocery store.
Yep.
Basically, only buy food that's going to expire, because that's the only shit, because there's no preservatives in it.
Yeah, exactly.
fucked
You
up.
know, and you make a great point with all that too, with RFK and all these promises they're making, and like it's the same with like I see people's arguments all the time about this whole tax situation, Trump, you know, and this and that. Like everybody's like, yeah, but look at he's saving us money. Well, he's not really saving us money because we've already given him that money. He's found money that we've already given, right?
Did you see today?
So,
Doge, Social Security
oh yeah,
is,
yeah.
is paying Social Security out to 150-year-old people. People have been dead for fucking 60 years, and they're paying them.
Wow. Where's
and you can see what else too is so they had people at the border handing them social security cards that were connected to a different bank account. So all these illegal immigrants that were working and had social security cards, they thought were paying into social security, weren't paying into social security. They were paying into somebody's pocket. And then not to mention the government was giving them money to live and survive and all that. And that money was also being funneled into the same account.
Wow.
The amount of money that they're going to expose of, like, and you see them all quitting. All these people are quitting because they know Trump is just cleaning, like Doge is just cleaning the fuck up.
I will believe it when I get a check in the mail.
Yeah.
I want something in my bank account.
We deserve some sort of refund. Some sort of refund after all this bullshit.
You think we'll get one?
I don't know.
Did he mention it?
No. Yeah, but it would make him the best president ever if he gave everybody like 10
because
across the
like I
board.
said, you can sit there and tell me until you're brown in the face that you saved me $1 million. But if I don't have that $1 million, then you didn't save me. You didn't save me shit.
I'm kind of in the same boat.
You know, like you can tell me you're doing all this, but I don't actually see you doing anything.
I think this is what'll happen. I think like they already cut off like $1 trillion in deficit, literally in like 2 weeks. So they gotta wait. They literally did. They gotta wait. They gotta wait until they kind of see what happens with the inflation because of that, and when they see positive gains start coming back. And, you know, because we're digging for oil and we're oil dependent, and we're doing our own building on our own soil. It's gonna take a little time, but I think we are going to be entering a golden era, and we're going to start really accumulating some money between bringing money in and then saving money. So I think you're going to see like kind of taxes stop going up. They might not go down, but then I do think we're going to get some sort of refund.
It's going to all happen fast too. It's all going to happen fast because he's only got 4 years. So
And
it's
it's
all gonna
moving.
be fast.
Look how shit's moving already. I don't think the guy's fallen asleep yet. I really
No.
don't. He's
No,
Just remember, as a conspiracy theorist, though, I know you guys up there love the man in orange. Just keep looking over your back, man. You got to look over your back.
You
Now,
can't fall in love with any of them, man. You really
exactly. You have to have one eye open.
well, the
sure.
old saying is when the Antichrist comes, he's gonna have a huge following, and more and more and more and more people are gonna trust him. And
can't. You know about the book and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
oh, what
And if that fails, remember now, if that fails and the humanity as we know it is actually good, and that doesn't work, Elon Musk already said by 2040 he'll have more robots than humans.
and that scares me.
Yeah. And look up the book that Werner von Braun wrote with the talking about the guy Elon. You see that?
What's his name?
Werner von Braun. He's part of Project Paperclip.
But yeah, man, it's just insane, dude. It's insane. Like I love how we're like, okay, we're gonna do a topic and we're gonna stick to it and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do this. But
We get off, girl. You
but
can't
but
help
but,
it.
but we don't get. But in a way, we don't get off topic. They just all tie together.
It always
It does.
ties together.
And you have and you have to, like, people who are awake can follow it. People who are like getting kind of new to it, you know. And I appreciate all the listeners that can kind of get lost.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that's why we say make sure you research the stuff with us. You know, we're not saying any crazy mess or nothing. It's right there at your fingertips. People are just lazy and don't want to do it.
Yeah, and if you want, DM me, DM the Instagram page. I'll send you links. I'll send you documentaries of whatever you're interested in. I got a documentary for 99% of the shit.
Let us know what you want us to talk about. If you got some like conspiracy you've always wondered, put it out there. Let us know. We'll talk about it.
And like,
when are we gonna do?
I'll do paranormal and shit too. Like if guys got stories,
I want to do that.
Yeah,
paranormal, like where they ghost experiences or whatever. I'm down for those too. Those are always fun.
When are we gonna do? I want to do 9/11. That's one of my favorites.
That's
that
a good one.
That's
a good one.
But this is the book that you're talking about?
Is this the one where he's
the Mars Project, where the name Elon is mentioned, the title for the leader of the fictional Mars colony?
Yeah,
so
Elon brings the civilization to Mars, bro. And Werner von Braun's book. Werner von Braun, bro, if you want to go deep into him, he was a Nazi.
Did you hear how Elon said that ancient Egypt is in Memphis?
Huh.
And that the new God, that's where the new God will be.
Did you know? That's funny because they built the pyramid for the basketball. There used to be a pyramid for the arena for the basketball team in Memphis.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fun. The seemingly
Werner von Braun came over. He was a Nazi. He came over to work for NASA back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's we could do a whole episode on that, bro.
That's the book, though. That's the book you're talking about right there.
Yeah, the Project Mars.
Anytime you talk about something and a name pops in my head, my brain goes all over the place. Like you said, Nazi, and like Coronado, the base, naval base Coronado in California.
Yeah.
If you do a Google Earth picture of it from above,
it's set up. The bunkers are set up, right?
It's a swastika.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And then the buildings next to them, and then you see the buildings are placed to where they look like planes. It's the Pearl Harbor bombing.
Dude, so Werner von Braun was, he was a Nazi, but he came over and worked for NASA. He was part of Operation Paperclip. Operation Paperclip was a secret United States intelligence program in which more than 1,600 German scientists, engineers, and technicians were taken from the Nazi Germany to the U.S. for government employment after the end of World War II in Europe. Between 1945 and 1959, several confirmed to be former members of the Nazi Party, including the SS or the SA.
They made NASA. They made NASA. That's when they also it's like what's the name of that movie?
Paperclip was, let's see, Operations Overcast and Paperclip were related to the terms are often used to interchangeably on July 20th, 1945, with the dual aims of leveraging German expertise for the ongoing war effort against Japan and to bolster the U.S. post-war military research. So when did we go to the moon? It was right after this shit. So
68.
yeah, so Von Braun was part of helping us get to the moon and shit too.
The
Yeah.
moon. That's
Yeah.
another good one. It's another good one, man.
Background
Yeah,
on Operation Overcast. What's that about?
got their ass to the infirmament, and that was about it.
For sure. Man.
Wow. So yo, he's kind of part. It's funny how we say it all ties back in. So in February 1945, blah 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 blah. So basically, German targets seeking expertise in synthetic rubber and oil, new designs. They had weapons, secret writing chemicals, aero medicine research, gliders, and scientific and industrial personalities. So is that saying that these dudes were in planes dropping chemicals out with their aero science, aero medicine and science? What are they doing with aero
Oh yeah, no doubt.
medicine?
Oh, no doubt. I mean,
Is
they
that
were
where the
doing it.
chemtrail started with this dude?
Well, when was Vietnam was what? 40. When was Vietnam? 45.
Vietnam was probably no, that was a little bit
No,
later.
way later.
World,
70s.
that was in the 70s.
60s and late 70s, late 60s,
Yeah.
early 70s.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, dude, this is nuts. When you just start clicking on shit, man, you get a rabbit hole going, and you just start clicking.
Wow. Vietnam War, it started in 1955. It ended in 75, but I know it went through the 60s. That's wild.
Was it? That's long. 20 years.
20 years, yeah. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's
Right
just
Then you
before
got
our time,
then
man.
you got Agent Orange in Vietnam, so they've been doing it for a long time.
Yep.
wow. What's Agent Orange again?
That was the chemicals they bombed over there in
You know,
Hiroshima and shit.
trying to kill soldiers with spray.
Or not Hiroshima, my dumbass. In Vietnam.
I didn't even
In
catch it.
Vietnam. Yeah. Fucking in Vietnam. Like even our soldiers were getting fucking
Yeah.
poisoned. Where they come back with all types of cancer and shit like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Wow. No
Yeah,
shit.
man. It's
Pretty
but
wild
it is
shit, man.
crazy, man. All this shit does tie in one way or the other, dude.
One way or another, it's all looped in. It's all
What
one big
are
happy
we gonna do
family
next
thing.
week? What do you guys want to do next week?
It's up to you guys. I'm down for whatever, man. We
Yeah,
can do a
well-
9/11. We can do a 9/11 episode. We can do if you do.
I'm not ready
I
for
think
9/11.
I think we should save the 9/11 episode until the 9/11 documents come out,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
We'll wait. We'll wait. But let's. Yeah. We'll.
so we can make it like a "I told you so," motherfucker.
Want to get into it? Want to do like a cryptid one where we talk a little Bigfoot, Loch Ness,
There you go.
all the
Yeah.
cryptids.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Yeah. You know what to do. Start sending me some videos so I could bring them up. I wasn't really prepared on this one. So,
They said I seen a video the other day debunking the Loch Ness, dude. You want to know what they said it was?
what?
Forrest Gallant. He's on Joe Rogan all the time. Really cool dude. He goes out into the jungle and like helps I don't even know, villagers or whatever, and does crazy shit with animals. But he said the Loch Ness was a whale that was sleeping and just happened to be flipped upside down, and it's the whale's hammer sticking out of the water, and it looks like a fucking a brontosaurus
No
neck.
way.
Hey man,
Wait, is that salt water though? Was that salt water, or is it? I thought that was like a big
I don't
giant
think so.
lake or something. I don't
I
know.
don't think so. But you can go into Lake Champlain up here too with Chappie or Champ, they call him.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's do that.
yeah,
We'll. I'm down for a Bigfoot.
Because you can go to Mothman, you can go to the
Well,
Chupacabra.
do you
What
remember
got down
that?
there, Mike? You got any crazy ones down there in Florida?
I have to check, but I don't think so, man. Ours were nothing crazy. I mean, we had like you hear about the like huge, was it megalodon, right? Like that
Oh
was like
yeah,
a big thing.
Hell yeah.
But no, not really. I mean, we're
Should we
more.
see if there's anything in Florida, like cryptids of Florida, that
Yeah.
like old school
I'm gonna
research?
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna
Yeah,
check.
well, Bigfoot is a good one because they had that page. Do you remember I was on there and it had all the sightings? So I'll go through that the next week and
And-
I'll get some good stories. We'll get some good ones up.
Because that could tie into some missing 411 shit too. So
Yeah.
we could do a 50-50 episode if we want to do something like that too.
We'll roll back to another one of these occult episodes though, down the road.
Yeah, because it depends on how deep you want to go. I know we're just starting off with the podcast, so I don't want to dive too deep right off rip. You know.
Well, we could do that. We could do that 314 episode too, and just kind of stay on that topic. I still want to listen to that full episode.
Yeah, I have that. I listened to that episode so many times.
Yeah, no, me, Mike re-listened to, but I want to definitely get into those guys, which is a little bit about the 13.
It leads into the
Do you think if we did like a Vatican satanic like episode, how many people you think would question their religion?
It'd be a wake up call for some. It's a wake up call.
That is insane. The Vatican, the central hub. I mean, they have like, I think they own like 60% of Israel on like contract back from
Did you
hundreds
see
of
the
years ago.
recent shit when they opened it up?
Yeah, and you see that like they say alien, but he's a super being, superhuman. He's standing behind the door. That one.
Yeah, then you got the Pope. He said something to like, "Oh, these are our satanic documents."
Yeah.
Or something like that when he opened them up.
Yeah. And the checkered floor, and they have a room. They have a hidden room. They kind of show it on. You ever seen like Doctor Strange? You ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
So Marvel, the guy who ran Marvel before he died, Stan, whatever his name is, was like huge into
Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, he was like into the occult a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
He's the one who helped with the moon landing videos, and he also did Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah. So he has a thing called Doctor Strange, and if you watch it, at the very beginning, they go into this like secret room, and it's got all these like evil books, right? And that's under the Vatican. They have all these books where they actually go and practice.
There's
and stuff,
so
and
many hidden documents in that Vatican, dude.
Yeah, man. The checkered floor is satanic.
Masonic shit.
Yeah. They have ties to
you sleep
the other side of the ice wall. They have ties to the other side of the ice wall. They have ties to the main family. And they're like one of the leading like child trafficking businesses in the world.
And it's sick what they do with the fucking priests who get caught dead on somebody. They just move them to a different place farther away.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
and it's messed up too. It's like when you're a Freemason, if you like plan on being somebody in the degrees, you literally practice Satanism, but you have to be a preacher or a priest for like X amount of years before you can even move up to the next level. Crazy. And people go and they worship this person and they just put that money in the tin. It's insane. People, you can believe in God without going to church.
Right.
You're not gonna get smited. You're not gonna get the gates locked when you're on your way. It's not gonna happen. That's not what he wants. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta believe in something.
Right.
Because what's going on, like what we're talking with Illuminati, Trump and all them, what's going on is a big war. And we're the pawns. They're the knights, the queens, and the kings. Who goes first?
They're just playing us.
The pawns. They're playing us.
We're just the pawns. We're
just the pawns. And I'm kind of interested to see what the Trump and Freemason side, they're going to win.
Yeah.
They're going to win. They blindsided them so hard.
I think they have them so outnumbered now that they have no choice but to win.
Yeah, and you have Elon Musk, man. That's the Antichrist, baby. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's fucking. Let's see what happens. I don't know what to do with Elon. Still,
man.
He just had another kid with some influencer and shit. So who the fuck knows? But yeah, why don't you take us home with the We'll be back next week with another episode. But why don't you take us home with the outro, brother?
Of course.
Appreciate everybody tuning in. Catch us on.
Appreciate y'all. Love y'all
on Instagram.
light schemes. Hidden agendas ain't as crazy as they seem. Voices in the dark amplifying dreams. Conspiracy chaos, nothing's what it seems.